Hello, friends, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food or beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm with my co-host for this episode, John Craven, Jacqui Brugliera, and Mike Schneider. I should say titles, because I say my title, right?
So John Craven, just don't waste more time.
Nobody wants any titles?
Keep going. They can Google us.
Too many titles.
Okay, Google.
Look at something like
for titles, because titles don't matter here at BevNet. By the way, I'm the CMO of BevNet.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Mike's like, what the hell's going on here?
You're my boss, huh?
Jacqui, we can run away.
It was good to be, well, I don't want to say it's good to be out of town, but it was nice to be in a different state last week. I was in Louisville for a couple days. Yeah, okay, so I got this yesterday. I've been saying Louisville all this time.
It's Louisville. And
I was talking to someone yesterday, and they were ready to smack me across the face because they were like, it's Louisville. It's not Louisville.
It's more like Louisville. Like, if you can, Louisville, but Louisville is more like it.
She looked at me like I was crazy, and I broke into a cold sweat because I was just like, oh my gosh, because I was saying Louisville to everyone when I was down there.
Yeah, they know you're from out of town.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of cities like that, like Baltimore, or New Orleans versus New Orleans.
New Orleans was the one that I referenced. It's not New Orleans. It's not New Orleans. It's New Orleans.
Yeah, or Nolans.
Yeah, but you still, I mean, I think new. You can still say new. Just don't say Orleans.
I think you just have to be from the area to know how to say it correcely.
How do you say San Diego?
I don't say it's San Diego.
Come on.
San Diego. I have a friend who is from Puerto Rico. He says San Diego or something.
I say it like
that
this.
Effect. Yeah.
Heaven. How's that?
Okay,
How'd I do?
So you're excited to go to heaven next week?
I am excited.
Mike's
home.
Mike's gonna get a halo above his head, become an angel, and head to heaven. Now, of course, we've been talking about this for a while. The Taste Radio Meetup in San Diego is next week on September 25th. Exciting news. We're going to be interviewing the one and only Jeff Church, who is a co-founder and former CEO of Suja, for a live interview. We're going to be having him there for a live interview at the events. I'm going to be sitting down with him for about 20, 25 minutes. And we chatting it up, talking shop, talking about industry trends, news, how he's supporting early stage brands, what he's seeing on the ground in the trenches, so to speak. It's going to be very exciting. And you're going to have a chance to meet Jeff, talk to him, bend his ear if you are attending. It's a very easy way to attend. Just go to BevNET.com or Naj.com. Look up Taste Radio Meetup, fill out the registration form, and we'll see you there. Now, you don't need necessarily to fill out the form. We just would prefer if you do. That way we can order the right amount of pizzas and beer and wine and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have snacks for you.
It's a pizza truck, Ray. We're not ordering pizzas. They just make the pizza. It's like a pizza conveyor belt. It just keeps coming out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All this time I thought we were ordering pizza.
And the truck with the fire was just for show?
They were just defrosting the pizzas in the back.
They're just Red Baron pizzas.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray is pretty busy during the event.
This is true.
He's almost never seen with a piece of pizza in his hand.
In fairness, I'm not sure I've ever had a piece of pizza from that pizza truck either.
Oh, I have. It's good pizza.
I'm going to fix that.
It's really good, yeah. I can't believe you haven't had any.
I had the meatballs.
It's so
the meatballs
good.
were good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
John's not eating the pizza. He's drinking the Tigronis.
Yeah, I just go behind the bar and put them all in my bag, and then we're like, sorry, we're out.
John's on a Tigronis.
Are you that guy that actually brings alcohol on a plane, even they tell you don't drink the alcohol on the plane if you bring it on with you?
Okay, well, first of all, have I ever brought alcohol onto a plane? Well, yes.
Of
course, in my bag. I have brought some canned cocktails, probably including Tigronis, in my carry-on, but I do not consume my own alcohol on the plane.
All right.
Smoke my own cigarettes, but no. You can't.
That almost felt like a congressional hearing where you're like, I categorically deny these charges that I've ever sipped my own alcohol on a plane.
No, I do. Well,
it was not my meth ray.
To be clear, do not smoke cigarettes or anything.
Gosh.
But anyway, no, you're not supposed to do that. The flight attendants have a tough job. I'm one of those people that just tries to be chill, not make their job any harder.
Wait a minute. What does that have to do with their job? Are you worried that you're going to get all banged up?
They're just going to yell at you. I don't know. I've been on a plane where somebody's like vaping in the bathroom. It's a whole thing.
Why would you
do that?
No, it's the whole. Why would you make someone enforce the rules? I mean, it's difficult on a flight attendant. They're trying to keep everybody happy, and you start to break the rules just a little bit, it makes things awkward for
also
them.
I fly JetBlue, mostly JetBlue, excuse me.
No more True Blue status for you.
I get free alcohol. I don't know. Why would I bring my own on? It's
Okay,
fine.
fair enough. Because they don't have Negronis on the flight.
That's true, but
Not yet.
I can survive a couple hours without a Negroni. Side note, it's Negroni week this week, so
It is.
make sure you have a Negroni.
Met multiple Negronis.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a Lapos.
or phony Negroni.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jacqui, what airline you flying to London?
I don't know yet.
What? Uh-oh.
Jacqui.
I kind of feel like the Bev financial department, not the financial department, what do you call those people?
Financial department.
The finance department is going to have a word with you, Jacqui, because those prices get higher and higher as you get closer to the date of your flight.
She's fine. She's
I
fine.
don't know. We found a cargo flight for her.
Yeah, LAX has flights every day, nonstop to London. It's just as expensive from, Boston, honestly.
But then you have to drive to LAX.
Yeah, I got places I can stay. I go to LAX all the time.
I'm going to try to get Jacqui to surf with me in San Diego, but that's another thing. But Jacqui is an awesome couch surfer.
Okay, good to know.
I am. I got places.
She's quality. She can hang 10 on the couch.
Yeah. Well, I mention it because the week of October 14th, of course, we're going to be in London. The four of us will be in London attending a bread and jam festival known as Cheers. And
So
we will
psyched.
also be hosting our own thing, or possibly things,
Details very soon.
in the city.
I'm so excited. Bread and Jam Festival's so good. We get to meet, the whole UK community, find out about all the new products, trends. Can't wait to meet you. Just hit us up on Instagram ahead of time so we can find some time to, because there's going to be so much for us to do, so much for us to see.
Which football club would be most likely to kill both of you? Because I'm gonna find a pub that's into both of those teams or clubs or whatever you call them, and then
Millwall would be
Chelsea,
most likely to kill anyone, but a Tottenham fan for me. Oh, for both of us, Chelsea, yeah.
Great. Okay, so we're
Chelsea
gonna
hates
host
us
in
both,
Chelsea.
yeah.
Perfect.
Chelsea, you get the Chelsea smile. Look it up. Google it. It's disgusting.
No, I don't want the Chelsea smile, Ray. No.
I feel like I have to do deep research before I get to London about all the football clubs and the dynamics, so I'm informed.
I definitely would not wear an Arsenal kit in West London. I'll tell you that.
Fair enough. Well, once again, if you are in London, planning to be in London or anywhere in the UK, or actually, within driving distance of London, let us know.
Eastern Europe. It's not that
Eastern
far.
Europe, yes. We would love to see you. Would potentially love to interview you. We do have some interviews on the docket. More will be revealed in the days to come.
Is bringing extra tape.
I'm bringing extra tape. Yes, audio tape is what we use. People don't know that, but we're just fitting in with the trends of nostalgia and throwbacks. So yeah. Listeners will not know this, but we had to pause for a moment. We had a wardrobe malfunction. But it's all fixed, so don't worry about it. John slacked this to the company yesterday, and this is it kind of blew some minds. I'm not too surprised that influencer worlds are colliding. Now, some of the biggest influencers in the world are involved in what I'm about to talk about, namely Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI. Mr. Beast, obviously known for his Feastables chocolate and his 100 million subscribers on YouTube. KSI and Logan Paul, also very popular on the socials, and the founders of Prime. They have collaborated on a Lunchables type brand called Lunchables. And as Austin Reef tweeted, each box will contain Prime and Feastables. Austin also noted, "This is going to crush it." Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's a good take on this new product. I don't know. I mean, what do we need a new Lunchables?
We might.
Do we need a new Lunchables? Oh man,
we definitely need one that's better for you. But
I don't know if we do. I don't.
No?
I don't
yeah,
think
this is like a weird sort of concept. These lunch kit things that feels very I don't know, American, I guess. But hey, pay extra money for the convenience of having a lot of processed food in a little box kit, whatever. I don't know. The reactions to this were pretty interesting. I mean, definitely a lot of people who just want to dunk on Prime and Logan Paul right now. I think certainly the timing of this, if they did this, a year ago, it probably would have had, much more this is going to crush kind of responses than it did. But I don't know. It just looks sort of like, the reactions again were kind of surprising. It's like we've seen plenty of celebrity products that are, truly without, merit or reason for being. And this one seems like, all right, you can kind of get it. But it's, I don't know. I would say the art on those boxes isn't the most appetizing.
No. I want to go to Jacqui on this because I feel like Jacqui may have at one point in her life consumed some Lunchables. And I don't say that. I say that only because you say you ate Funyuns back in the day and stuff like that.
You look a little messed up.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll take it.
It's that eye in the
He
back.
was just beating around the bush. I'm like, we don't have time for
It's
this.
that third eye in the back of your head, Jacqui.
Yeah,
It gives you
growing
away.
an extra limb. I don't know. I mean, you're right. I did consume a lot of Lunchables growing up. It definitely wasn't the best for me. It was super convenient and it tasted good. I think it like Craven was saying, this makes sense, the collaboration, but I don't know. I think just their target market, they're targeting kids and they're not really giving them a better option. That's the thing that I am hung up on. It's just rebranding and making Lunchables cool again with some influencers, but they're not better products. So that's kind of the struggle.
Was that you talking or was that me? Was that I
That
could
might
have
have been you,
sworn
both of you.
it was my voice
Rubbing
coming
off
out
on
of
me.
Jackie's mouth. Yeah. I mean, I'll just talk about the 3 varieties here, and then John, you can follow up. There's a Fiesta nachos with queso blanco and salsa. There is the pizza being in quotes because clearly it's not pizza, uncured pepperoni and cheese pizza. Apparently you just have a cracker, put some pepperoni and put some, I don't know, shredded cheese on it. I'm going to vomit. You have some turkey stackums, turkey, cheddar cheese, and crackers. And these are the 3 varieties they're coming out with.
No, I was just going to say, I think the one thing that seems very different about this than like what Lunchables brought to the table back in the day is that this kind of is including 2 packaged products, Feastables and Prime, that are like super widely available. So in essence, like there's no real value in putting those inside of a box, right? And, I guess you kind of have to not be tired of either of those products, which have been really in our face for the past year or so, to pay money for them to get whatever the actual food item is, which we haven't tried it. So, I don't know. I'll reserve judgment. Maybe those nachos are like the most mind-blowing nachos ever or something, but
I feel like that's probably an afterthought though, and just like a vehicle for these 2 brands.
What does this do for companies like Sunny who are trying to bring a better for you snacking option in that similar sort of format?
I think it's probably irrelevant to Sunny. It's more like, I think the biggest risk probably is to someone like the Lunchables brand, where that's just a brand that's been around for forever and whatever, like it probably will siphon some consumers off of that, at least for a little while to try it. But it's hard to look at this and think it's necessarily going to be some lasting like seismic shift that you're going to see there. I think the consumers who are onto a Sunny who are into better for you and maybe things that are a little more, I don't know, carefully curated
allergen
flavor.
friendly,
The allergen friendly. Like, again, I feel like it's a different consumer base.
Although they make 2 big call outs on the upper right-hand part of the front label. They call out the protein. In the case of the pizza, the quote-unquote pizza, it's 12 grams of protein per package. And they also note it's made with real cheese. And
Ooh, real
big
cheese.
font here, yes, as opposed to, I don't know,
Cheese
fake,
Whiz?
I guess.
Or Velveeta.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure that the Lunchables products also now call out protein on the front of the box. I don't know what their other claims are, but the Lunchables of, I don't know, Jacqui's era, I think have been evolved.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for claims or function eating.
Yeah,
this.
you are correct.
I think doesn't it come with like a little Halloween-sized candy bar too? Like, do we get a full-size Feastable and a Lunchly and a full-size Prime?
I don't know. I just feel bad for, this is, yes, convenient, but as...
That would be a big box for a full-size Prime and a full-size Feastable.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, this is a convenient thing for, parents who don't have a lot of time. I feel bad because this is just, as you mentioned, John, the most American lunch that you could possibly give a kid. You have an artificially sweetened sports drink. you have a chocolate bar, and then you have just processed food on top of processed food. So this is not solving a problem, in my opinion. This is just adding to the problem.
Sounded just like Jacqui.
I told you, me and Jacqui are on the same wavelength. We have the same sort of sick humor.
Do you have a third eye too?
I don't know. I still wonder, in the grand scheme of things, if this is, a lot of social media influencers, YouTubers have been slinging overpriced, merch, buy a $50 t-shirt with someone's logo on it. Like, I don't know, we feel like we're splitting hairs, but curious to see if this thing rolls out in retail and how it does.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd also wouldn't mind trying the products, but hey.
I don't doubt that people are going to be wearing Lunchables t-shirts and hats and things like that. It's the it's so ironic because like you're buying their product and you're also you're a walking advertisement for them as well. And we're starting to see that with haute couture, as they call it. And we talked about this with Heinz. Heinz and Kate Spade joined forces back in the day, and now they have Heinz t-shirts and bags and whatnot. And then today, just saw this on the wire. It's just unbelievable.
It is.
Jimmy Dean, the brand of
Jimmy Dean
breakfast sandwiches
pork
and sausages.
sausage.
You mean those things that you eat 3 of every morning?
So Jimmy Dean has partnered with rising designer and content creator Joe Ando, and they have just released a limited edition tote bag. It's called the Jimmy Dean Griddle Cake Breakfast. It's designed to tote the new Jimmy Dean Griddle Cake Breakfast Sandwiches. And they can be pre-ordered on JimmyDeanGriddleBag.com while supplies last. So, yeah.
JimmyDeanGriddleBag.com.
Wait, so it's designed just to carry the Jimmy Dean product?
Yes,
yeah,
just the griddle cake breakfast sandwiches.
That's just strange.
Yeah, so we've mentioned this way too many times. I just find it kind of strange. And then I also find this kind of strange. This was also followed up on the wire. There's a brand called King Ice, which according to this press release is the premier name in streetwear jewelry. Didn't know this. But they have partnered with 3 beloved ice cream brands, Klondike, Good Humor, and Popsicle, to release intricately designed iced out necklaces, each representing a different brand. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Side note, Popsicle is a trademarked name. So you can't go ahead and say, I'm going to write down Popsicle without that little TM, just so you know. It's like Dumpster. Dumpster is also a trademark name.
I mean, are those all Unilever brands?
That's a good question. Yes, they are all Unilever brands.
So it's kind of like you partnered with Unilever.
I'm just trying to figure
rather
out
than 3 separate companies, just to,
who would want to wear an iced out. The Klondike one looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I could see that more than a Jimmy Dean tote. Like, rappers, like sports stars, they're always having new jewelry. I think they would rock that.
Those are kind of cool.
I mean,
right?
You know what?
It's
not terrible.
But to answer your question, probably no one. This is just to make you think about Unilever ice cream brands for a little while. It's fine.
But here's
then they'll just rinse and repeat with something else.
But I will say Klondike and Popsicles are pretty iconic. So I feel like someone might wear that.
I just think that this is one of the weirdest things about, again, I'm not crapping on American culture, but it's like you aren't getting paid to wear this. Like you are intentionally wearing a brand logo on your neck. It's almost like putting a tattoo of Klondike on your arm or something like that. It's like
wrapping your car.
If they said we're going to reward 10 lucky fans with $10,000 each to wear this for a year straight, I'd be like,
infinite
okay, cool.
A year supply Klondike bar.
Yeah, exactly. But to hang this around your neck and say, I'm advertising Klondike.
It's a good Halloween costume. Halloween's coming up.
What would be the Halloween character? You're the Klondike,
you're the Klondike
ice wearing
bar.
knight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You're just a crazy individual.
You're just a polar bear. You just go
Klondike rapper.
You just dress up as a polar bear and just start housing everyone.
Okay, fair enough. I don't
just eat everyone in your path.
What?
That's what polar bears do.
Is that true?
I wouldn't. Those are apparently the most aggressive of all bears.
Even though they look nice and cute.
They look cute, don't they?
I thought it was grizzly bears. They're polar bears.
I think polar bears are more aggressive.
Yeah, probably because we're boiling the earth and they have nowhere to live.
They're angry at us.
There you go. Anytime you boil the earth, bad things happen. True story.
Polar bears get pissed.
I just want to go back and touch on my little visit to Louisville.
Something useful for our listener.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Louisville.
No, it's great. When I met up with the Maker's Mark innovation team And part of the experience was to taste the 2024 edition of their cellar aged product. They released one last year as well. And this is, I believe, the most or the longest aged product that they've ever released. So it was pretty interesting to talk to their team about how they perceive innovation, because Maker's Mark is a very well-known old brand that has a very specific flavor, I guess, and a very specific kind of approach to what they call their flavor vision. They have very specific flavor notes and mouthfeel that they want people, their consumers, to experience, typically with every expression that they sell. And so they don't do things like RTDs, obviously. They don't do things like rye whiskey.
There's no orange flavored Maker's Mark.
There's none of that stuff. They're gung-ho and very stick to their guns about, this is who we are, this is what we represent, and we're not going to deviate from that. And what was interesting is that Maker's Mark, the brand, is owned by Suntory Global. And I'm sure that Suntory is probably talking to their team, and I'm sure their marketing team is talking to their innovation team and saying, hey, have you looked at the trends? How are we going to be able to attract younger consumers? How are we going to be able to attract newcomers to bourbon, and so on and so forth? And it's an interesting dynamic. I mean, they're feeling the pressure on all sides, but what they said is that the innovation team and the distillers, really, it comes down to them. They have the final say on what they're going to release in terms of new products.
But also don't F it up.
Pretty much. Yeah. So I was able to taste the cellar aged. This was the only product of theirs, however, that actually tasted a little different than Maker's Mark. It didn't have the classic Maker's Mark taste and mouthfeel. It actually felt like a different whiskey entirely. Some people in our group like that. Some people didn't. I think there's just the traditionalists, and there's those that are appreciative of something new. And I was on the latter side of things. But very exciting stuff. Excited to follow up on this conversation, or follow up on the trip with a conversation with the innovation team. Stay tuned for that.
And maybe a tasting on a future podcast, because I'm sure you brought some back.
I brought back something else, but it wasn't a cellar age. The cellar age, they only made like 1,500 bottles of it, and
I mean, you should get at least 3. Don't they know
you
who
could
you
have
are?
snuck some out.
You have to wait in line.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't.
They're not
do
just
that.
gonna hand that over.
I wouldn't wait in line.
I thought they were going to coat you in the Maker's Mark wax.
No, I did dip. I dipped I dipped a bottle in the
Oh,
Maker's
you
Mark
got to
wax.
do
Stick your finger in?
Because I wanted a fully dipped Ray. That's what I told finance we were approving for the. We're gonna have to talk about that later.
I think the reason they didn't give me a bottle is because I called it Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark, kid.
Cellar aged. They were like, get the hell out of here.
Cellar aged kid.
I went to Louisville and I had some Maker's Mark.
I was
love
like,
it.
who's this loser?
Who's this loser?
The wicked big loser.
Okay, I'm going to throw this up in the air. The first guy to grab it, as in Mike or Craven, gets it. This is a new collaboration between Milk Bar and Momofuku. It's their Momofuku Chili Crunch Super Crunchy Cookies.
Wow.
I mean, basically the most obvious collaboration ever, since David Chang and Christina Tosi were basically working together as the starting point for Milk Bar, right?
Exactly. Christina Tosi is working as a pastry chef in the back of David Chang's Momofuku Sambar, or Sambar. I'm not pronouncing it correctly. They became 2 independent companies, that of Momofuku and Milk Bar, in 2012. Now they're back together again with this limited edition product. Mike, I'll let you go at
We
it.
tasting this dish or
Really
what?
crisp in a Milk Bar cookie. Let's do this.
Yes, they are available starting today, the date of this recording, September 17th, retailing for $7 at the respective companies' websites.
What a deal.
Yeah. I'm
Send it on over.
I'm not crazy about trying these just yet because they're super crunchy. This happens all the time. Just wait 1 second, damn it.
Are they like super crunchy? Like they'll break your teeth? Like Mike, how's it going over there?
Mike, are they going to break your teeth?
No,
We've talked about this too. Jacqui and I are against crunchy
Yes.
stuff that's going to break your teeth. Yeah.
they're not that crunchy. They're really crunchy, but they're not break your tooth
It
crunchy.
says super crunchy.
They are super crunchy, but they're in a way that is kind to your teeth.
Does the chili come through?
It's got a little like zing to it that I feel like honestly could almost be mistaken for ginger.
Okay, so
Ginger.
the umami comes late, like really late.
Yeah, really
and
late.
It is a little bit of chili action, but I don't know. I want more chili if you're gonna go for a chili crunch collaboration.
I'm not a massive fan of Milk Bar's like packaged products, but this one's actually pretty good. I kind of like the salty, savory thing.
I like the salty, savory thing.
Sweet, salty, savory thing.
Mm-hmm. And I think
Nice.
they calling it a super crunchy cookie is going to scare the Rays and Jacquies of the world away from it. But I think it's definitely not that crunchy.
I think this is for fans who say they want chili crunch on everything, like you guys. You
Well,
guys are like,
I don't want chili crunch on everything.
I do.
okay, so
I
then
mean,
I
you know,
would
he
too.
drinks chili crisp.
But I would want more of the flavor. I feel like whenever I see a cookie that's trying to do like a little bit of savory, I'm skeptical. I'm like, is it actually going to be good?
This tastes like a riff on a ginger snap.
It's a riff on a ginger snap.
I thought it was gonna be like a Nilla wafer with chili crisp.
Oh,
Try
chili
it.
crisp cream like in the middle of a sandwich cookie? That could be good.
This is not going to hurt your teeth. Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna have one momentarily while I'm not talking. So
Okay.
yeah. But thank you so much to the team at Milk Bar and Momofuku for sending this over. I may share with the rest of the company. I'm not sure yet.
Go for it.
This is definitely not going to hurt my teeth. I have Heyday's new soups, and this one specifically is their mole chili, which looks really, really delicious. I know. They had a whole end cap at Whole Foods, in my local Whole Foods. I wanted to buy one of every single one. I know that they launched them officially like a month or two ago, but I'm starting to see just like a big footprint in Whole Foods.
Can you eat that? Is it vegan? Is it vegetarian? Or is it?
Yeah, it's
does it have meat?
vegetarian.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
it's
hoping
veggie
that.
chili with rich, warming flavors of mole. They have a bunch of different varieties of soups. They also have a grilled cheese tomato soup, a creamy coconut corn chowder, which is all plant-based, and a golden butternut lentil stew. And also what's cool is that they partnered with a bunch of brands on their soups and stews. So they use like Tillamook cheddar in their grilled cheese tomato soup. They use Diaspora Coast turmeric for their lentil stew. So really cool to see them incorporating other brands too in this new product launch.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I feel like the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. I didn't think I could love Heyday canning anymore, but they've got mole now. Have you tried? You got to try this and
I know, I
report
haven't
back,
tried
Jacqui.
it yet.
You
I'm gonna
have to
just,
try
like,
it.
Pop it open and
Just drink it.
I probably could.
Go for it.
All right, it's the battle of samples over here. John's got a whole bunch. Mike's got one in his hand. Who's gonna start?
I can. All right, so I've got a whole pile of beverages over here. Cold pressed juices from Sofresco. I found these, I think, in a store in maybe Vermont, and then they were nice enough to send a whole selection of these kind of little. I wouldn't call this a shot. What would you call this?
I think that's a shot.
It's
It's a shot.
Yeah, it's like a,
plus.
it's a
But
three,
I mean,
it's a
it's
3-ounce shot.
It's like a How many ounces is that bottle? Is it 3
Three,
ounces?
3.7.
There you go. But it's the mouth is wide, so it's
Yeah.
more of a sipping top here.
Those remind me of the Moju shots that we like in UK in terms of the shape. Yeah, I like that a lot.
They've got a ginger, a collagen one, an energy with coffee berry. What else do I have here? Mango, banana, and this one's kind of my favorite. I've actually bought this a couple times.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
just ginger pineapple.
That sounds good. How gingery?
It's, I would say, not as gingery as this immunity ginger shot, but yeah, really tasty stuff. So appreciate them sending it.
All right, I've also got some beverages. I've got a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans from a new brand called Ability. It's described on the front of pack as a clean, natural energy drink made with guayusa. Guayusa. Let's open this up. It's founded and backed by athletes and professionals from around the globe. For everyone seeking a healthy and beneficial option, it has B vitamins, no artificial sweeteners, sustained energy, 275 milligrams of organic caffeine. Woo! Botanical antioxidants, and no crashes. I'm just reading the top because I can't open this box.
Yeah,
There
you're
we go.
struggling over there.
Yes. All right. Let's. It resembles
Blacktop. Doesn't that mean cannabis?
No. It resembles a can of a traditional energy drink that you would see, anything but Red Bull, really. It's a very shiny black can with, geez, careful, orange and white lettering. Let's try this.
60 calories. Is this going to give Mike some ability on the soccer field?
Let's hope so. He needs it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll take it. Why are you kidding?
Kind of looks like a beer when you pour it
Yeah,
out.
it does.
It does look beerish. The color looks like a light lager, and there's a surprising amount of effervescence. It's good. Like a lot of things with non-nutritive sweeteners, you can taste that quite a bit. There's erythritol, stevia, but other than that, this is a pretty solid product. 60 calories per 16-ounce can. It's got 12 grams of added sugar. And that comes from, I believe, apple juice concentrate and fructose. Thanks to the team of Ability for sending this over.
Slick looking can.